voor de tweede halve finale. Uit Schravenzand in Nederland. Publiekslieveling hier in Hasselt. Schakelde achtereenvolgens Luke Woodhouse, Ian White, Jeffrey de Zwaan en Nathan Espen al uit. Dames en heren, uw applaus en vooral uw kelen open voor de Titan, Dirk van Duijvenbode. Uit Markham, Wales, het nummer 3 van de wereld. Meervoudig Grand Slam winnaar, finalist van de European Championships en finalist van de World Cup of Darts, The Iceman, Gerwin Price.
Jumping with the bass kicked in and the Vegas are pumping. Quick to the point, no faking. Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. Burning them, being quick and nimble. I go crazy when I hear a cymbal and a hi-hat with a souped up tempo. I'm on a roll, it's time to go solo. Rolling, in my 5.0 with my rag top.
There are 3 men left standing in the Belgian Darts Championship 2020, the inaugural European Tour event of the new year. One of them is the world number 5, Michael Smith, the winner of 4 European Tour titles and a former World Championship finalist. Another is Gerwin Price, the world number 3 and a man who has won 2 European Tour titles and a man who's won a shade over £473,000 since the start of September. The other is the world number 94, Dirk van Duijvenbode, a man who has to report to duty at an aubergine farm at 7:30 tomorrow morning. Take your pick from those 3. Michael Smith waiting backstage to find out who he'll face in the final here in Hasselt. Gerwin Price, an overwhelming favourite, despite this remarkable fairy tale that Dirk van Duijvenbode has scripted over the last 3 days here in Belgium. But having advanced to the last 4, he will not be in the mood to end the fairy tale just yet. It is all set up for what could be a truly, truly remarkable story to kick things off on the European circuit this year. I suspect the Iceman will have other ideas, Paul Nicholson.
Yeah, I think Gezi really covets a European title that isn't in Rusa, because his previous 2 wins were both in East Germany, looking to cultivate some more success in another country, and he will have plenty of opportunity to win more in different parts of Germany this year. But
92
titles are what he craves. When you look at the career earnings, there's a bit of a chasm between the 2. Something in the region of £1.2 million. But the way Dirk's been playing this weekend, I'm sure he's going to earn a hell of a lot more wonga over the course of the next 12 to 18 months. I hope it really continues, because he's exciting.
Well, he's guaranteed £6,500 for his run to the last 4. If he gets to the final, he's guaranteed £10,000 and of course 25 grand for taking the honours. I don't think we'll be thinking about that just at this moment in time. A huge gulf in the prize money and a huge gulf in the world rankings as well. 91 places separating these 2 at this moment in time in the order of merit. But not a great deal separating them, Paul, in the tournament averages coming into this final. 96.24 for Van Duijvenbode, 97.32 for Gerwyn Price.
Well, what was impressive for me is the first 9 tournament average for Dirk was 2 higher than Gezi, and he's played a lot more legs.
And that 96.24 is very much in keeping with what he's been doing so far. His tournament average over the course of the opening weeks of the Players' Championship, 96.3. So he's absolutely bang on the money in terms of what he's been doing. He's brought all that form from the first 6 Pro Tour events of the year here into this tournament. And perhaps the clues were there that it could have been or was going to be a great weekend for Van Duijvenbode. Now then, went for the treble 16, double 16 combo,
89.
which is something we've touched upon extensively.
Yeah, I don't mind that shot at that point.
Before,
58.
Gezi looks puzzled. Just hasn't clicked yet. 2 16s for Dirk.
Yes,
and he gets an early break. Gerwyn's got to get himself out of the traps. He's got to be a bit more like his greyhound, who can't stop winning.
I didn't know this.
That's a greyhound. A winning greyhound.
Named.
I don't know a great deal about the dog, but I know that he's very passionate about the animal, and it's very successful like he is. I think on Pro Tour weekend, I think maybe 2 weeks ago, he had a poor day. It can't have been last week because that was very good. Week before that, he said he had a bad day at the office, but it felt alright because the dog won. It's on his Instagram profile.
41.
Just goes to show you've got to have interests away from darts to keep your mind occupied in different ways.
Yeah, well, it's Van Duijvenbode who's quick out of the traps on this one. A shortage of 180s this weekend as well, and I tell you what, Van Duijvenbode has weighed in with more than his fair share. 5 in that quarter-final win against Aspinall.
It's fabulous. He's got this amount of support. Gezi Price has been well supported this weekend too, but not to the extent of Dirk. Max to pressure. 140 would be handy.
140.
He's tidied up his scoring a lot more in this leg. 1 shot at tops.
38. Going Uruguay 80.
Perhaps he needed more darts at double there.
Oh, where does he go here? Has to be right, because the first dart's lower.
60.
Well, very much like a rugby ball. It went between the posts, but it wasn't high enough.
Yeah. I think we'll know all about that. Double 10 for Van Duijvenbode. And he backs up the early break with a double 10 hold of throw. And I think this crowd may just be beginning to dare to believe once again.
I've got to start putting more aubergines in my diet, Rob.
Could be the winning formula.
Either that or I've got to start growing some. Whatever he's doing at the minute, it's definitely working. Price behind the 8 ball early, but we know he's a good scrapper.
Well, these two have met 8 times before, and it may not come as too much of a surprise to you to learn that Gerwyn Price has won each and every one of them, including one fairly recently, a 7-4 win in a semi-final on the Pro Tour. That was 3 weeks ago.
You know what, Rob? I think if he didn't have the Iceman as his nickname, the Boogeyman would be a good one, because he's a lot of people's bogey player. Ratajski can't stand playing him. And Mensah Suljovic is the same.
57.
Yeah, he's got a really good record against Mensah, a record that he extended. 64 away. Yeah, went for the treble 8 tops, but
84.
not to be. But no damage done because Van Duijvenbode is on 250. This for a holder throw for Gerwyn Price.
95. Going Uruguay 40.
Got to be clean and crisp on these shots. It has been all weekend so far. Surely. Oh, that was a big pull.
Thank you.
Kurt Bevins just having a quick word with the crowd. There was a repetitive whistle right throughout that visit by Price.
98 left.
He may return. He may not return. Double 19. Oh, that is absolutely stunning from Dirk van Duijvenbode. The crowd may have played their part in Price's previous visit, but still Van Duijvenbode had to satisfy his side of the equation, and didn't he do it in style? A 1.55. He has come up with some killer finishes today, and he's also come up with an abundance of 180s, and he's got his foot on the throat of Gerwyn Price here.
It's one of the most sustained bits of inspiration I've seen in a Euro Tour weekend in my commentary career of nearly 4 years.
Well, how about that? A 1.55 checkout backed up by the Sun 86. Perfect darts, in effect, either side of the leg. Wow.
I can't remember the last time I saw someone go 57 first on the 155. I don't think I ever have, actually.
He's been doing a lot of unorthodox things today and this weekend, and it's worked a treat for him.
Right, I think Gezzy's just said, right, that's enough. Let's just start getting a bit of volume up. And I don't mind that at all. Let's make this game really good. Not just from the details of the actions and the amount of treble 20s we're going to see, but let's have a bit of drama as well. I was going to say, if it's half as good as the last semi, it's going to be good. That was brilliant, wasn't it?
It was a great match. That 110 checkout by Smith as well for 5.5 when he trailed 5.4. Absolutely key. Van Duijvenbode.
42. Going 140.
Right, 60 for 2 double tops. Might stay because the lie's good. 10s for 140 to follow the 155. He might need this. Oh, and he's got it! What a builder!
Well, it was a big decision, wasn't it, to stay on the treble 20s, and it paid dividends. And the 155 checkout by Van Duijvenbode swiftly followed by a 140 for Gerwyn Price. What a potential game saver that was. And it's a break of throw.
I want more games like this, Rob. Throw the rule book out the window, just let me do it. This is great to watch. I hope you guys are enjoying it too, because I sure am.
3 breaks of throw in this match already. And we've only had 4 legs, and we've had 2 stellar checkouts. We've had some explosive darts from both players, in particular Van Duijvenbode.
Just had a few extra deep breaths there, Dirk. And quite frankly, I don't blame him. You can play a game of darts with such adrenaline, you tend to walk around holding your breath.
90.
You need to remind yourself to breathe.
Van Duijvenbode no doubt caught up in the moment.
86.
It's as good a first start as you'll see from Gezzy.
140.
Everything that is successful, he's giving something back, whether it be a little uppercut celebration or a grimace. But to get to this stage, Dirk has taken out some proper hot talent. Aspinall, Desvaughn, Ian White, the 2 seed. Luke Woodhouse is playing the best darts of his life right now and still not getting results.
134.
If this goes all the way to 6 each, we might need the oxygen tank.
Yeah.
87. Giving you one.
Recovery to an extent at the end there. 94 plays 94, but it's Price striking first.
Double 18.
Has he got it? No.
54.
Dirk might do the same thing.
Yeah, he might take encouragement from that.
Whatever you can't do, he's going 2 double 19s. And I don't blame him for that, because he's had a sighter on 19s in this match. Guess he's dodged one to get within 1.
Yes, indeed. You're absolutely right. He took out double 19, of course, for the 155 checkout, but Gerwyn Price steps up and hoovers up, and well, he was 3-0 down, but it's now 3-2, and Van Duijvenbode, I'm sure, was always going to expect a response from Gerwyn Price, and it's happening right now.
Certain dart players, Rob, that don't really suit giving it the big one or celebrating titles. I always thought when John Part won a title that the celebration just didn't look naturally. It didn't work for him. But when someone like Gerwyn Price celebrates something, it looks pretty good. Almost like Gary Anderson celebrating
42.
He didn't do it very often, but when he did something really special, he'd come out of his shell a bit, and it was always good to watch. Like that 170 he hit against Van Gerwen in the Newcastle Premier League when Michael missed a 9-darter. One of the most insane things I've seen on a dartboard.
I'll tell you what I'm surprised by. That break of throw for Gerwyn Price with the 140 checkout, that was his first 12-dart leg of the weekend.
96.
Well, we saw 2 legs in a row better than that with Michael Smith. He went 10-11.
10-11, yeah. Van Duijvenbode has hit 16 180s this weekend as well. Okay, he's played a match more than Gerwyn Price because he was unseeded.
This is such a big leg. Flights come out of that one, making more room.
140.
But the 124 is easier than the 140 because it has an out. You need 2 trebles or 2 doubles to get this combo right for Dirk. With Gerwyn's, you need only 1 treble, 1 single, and a requisite finishing shot. And for 6 18s. Could be 18s for Gerwyn.
124.
Will be. All of a sudden there's a hush over the crowd.
56.
Crowd collectively drawing their breath as well.
Oh, he's missed a single.
He's missed the big number, and that is,
I
said it before, pretty unforgivable at this stage, but I suppose it's understandable as well given the context of the situation. Gerwyn Price. Double jeopardy there for Van Duijvenbode, missing the big number, and then Gerwyn Price not missing double 20, and it's 3 apiece, and it's 2 breaks apiece. And Van Duijvenbode will be absolutely furious with himself that he did not give himself a dart at the double there.
You can just see him collect his thoughts at the table there. I'll tell you what, if Gerwyn Price wasn't a world-class dart player, he might be a handy boxer. He's got a good right hook to the body and a good left hook to the body. Wouldn't want to be my ribs around him when he's celebrating like that.
Certainly not.
He'd probably chop a tree down with those punches. Right, what does Dirk do from here? He's got to lift that first start. It's starting to go a little bit low.
96.
Wouldn't blame him if he's a tiny bit tired. It's a long, long day on Sundays. People like Michael Smith, Peter Wright know all about how to take it to the very end. Dirk's not been this far before.
Yeah,
it's probably on empty.
It's a real exercise in time management, isn't it? Just making you just keep yourself ticking over, keeping yourself in tip-top condition. Mentally focused as well, and we did touch upon this earlier that it might be something that ultimately counts against Van Duijvenbode. We made the point during the match against Nathan Aspinall, but he got through that one just about 6-5.
140.
There are times in games like this where your autopilot has to be good. You don't think too much, you just let your arm do the talking.
82.
You love 180s when you're on 220.
Yeah, we
touched
upon that earlier as well. There are certain positions of the match and certain times in the match where they just seem so much more valuable than others. And he just seems to be moving through the gears now, Gerwyn Price, doesn't he?
Yeah. Right now, Gerwyn Price is a fully fledging bullet train, and he's trying to be stopped with a baseball bat. It's just not going to happen unless Dirk finds a way to stop Gerwyn Price. He's got to score him out. He's losing his range on that 60. The 57 is coming to his aid more often than not, but as Gerwyn Price goes one way, Dirk is going another.
82.
He's got to stem the tide. Is he losing faith?
There are signs that he is just beginning to look a little bit dispirited out there. He just needs to somehow give himself a lift, but Gerwyn Price is not going to give him the opportunity to do that. It's another demoralising blow for Van Duijvenbode, another 180 for Gerwyn Price.
Tell you what, one of the worst feelings is when you're in this spot is hitting the wall.
26.
You're low on oxygen, you're puffing a little bit, you've had a long day, your mind's a bit clouded, your arm starts to get a bit jelly-like. You've got to find a way to re-inject the passion. Remind yourself of where you are. It's almost like he needs his walk-on song once more just to re-energize him.
Yeah, mid-session interval, have another walk-on. Yeah, just rolling the shoulders, maybe just feeling a little bit tight.
It is a sign of the shoulder or the back of the arm being tight, coming up short on that 60. Not again.
Well, this time he's staying there, and he's gone for double 10 again. He's already done this, and he's done it again. He did it in leg 4 to get his first leg on the board, and this time he's done it in leg 8 to extend his lead to 5-3. And that will really hurt. That will really hurt Duijvenbode.
That's good though, isn't it? 140 is a difficult checkout. He's done it twice in this match, and he's done them both after Dirk hit a 155, which was
23.
One of the best we've seen this weekend.
Well, the gap in the averages is just beginning to open up as well, as you probably won't be surprised. Price averaging just over 96. Van Duijvenbode threatening to dip below 90 right now. There we see 90.99.
41.
One of the things that you can focus on in this spot if you're Dirk is rhythm. Think about what your rhythm was like when you were playing fabulously in previous games. If you can get that right, and forget about being a bit tight and a bit nervous, and just let your technique do the talking. That's exactly what Price is doing right now.
140.
Both guys can be proud of those statistics. That's better. Gets to a finish for the first time in what seems like quite a few legs.
137.
What are the odds that one of these is going to go, Rob? 167 or 160? Where's your money?
Price.
57.
Well, 260s for double 10's been done twice. 260s for tops.
Wouldn't put it past him.
Oh, what's he been drinking in the break? Absolutely flabbergasting finishing from the Welsh #1.
He is absolutely motoring right now. 6 legs without reply, 3 breaks to throw, 2 140 checkouts, a 160 checkout. Just jaw-dropping numbers from Gerwyn Price. A man who has produced jaw-dropping numbers this season in abundance.
Just knew one of them was going.
This is the man who lost out to Peter Wright in the final of Players' Championship 5.
140.
The day before he won his Pro Tour title this year with an average of 109.
25.
Yeah, no shame in that one. Rightly finished the tournament with a 170 out.
Just relentless from Gerwyn Price.
I was reading an interview he did with Wales Online very recently, and he knows that the opportunity of being world #1 is there, but he's got to have a big year and he's got to win the world title. He does want that, and I know that Peter Wright wants it too, but maybe it's good for the game that that particular crown of the game is possible for someone else. It's a long way away. Right now it's about Dirk getting the 10th leg.
80.
Who will get leg 11?
Yeah, but I think Gerwyn Price already thinking about the next leg on throw. That's the important thing. Well, relief first and foremost that he's actually stopped that sequence, that relentless sequence of Gerwyn Price legs, 6 without reply, but he's got another one on the board at 6-4. But this is where it counts now for Gerwyn Price. Gerwyn Price, a man who has played 5 Pro Tour events this year. He's reached 3 finals, and he's on the verge of a final here in his first Euro Tour events of 2020 as well. Unbeaten in the Premier League.
100.
Just a real, genuine force. And arguably, right now, the best player in the world.
135.
I think right now, Dirk has a little smile on his face and he just doesn't want this to end. You want to keep playing, you want to be in front of this crowd forever.
He will be itching to get back onto a competitive stage now because he'll want to test himself again. It is important how Van Duijvenbode goes about his next tournament.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. And if there's any suggestion that he can carry this form over into Minor, then wow.
Well, he is now a bad draw for somebody.
89.
Oh, good stuff from Gerwin Price. I've been told I need to roll my R's. Gerwin.
I'll leave that to you, Paul. You're executing it beautifully.
99.
Like, pick his spot here
91,
to get this done. 38
19.
left.
Brilliant. Absolutely seamless. Well, he split it. And he's going for double 12.
83.
Well, he's inside the wire, but it doesn't really matter too much at the moment because Van Duijvenbode is on 198.
It's been a scintillating performance, and this will put the full stop on it.
Well, just when there was a moment where he might have opened the door there for Dirk Van Duijvenbode, Gerwin Price finds double 6 to wrap up another sensational performance and another brilliant semi-final as well. The end of the road for Van Duijvenbode. It's the end of the fairy tale, but what a weekend it has been for the young Dutchman. A run to the semi-finals, a first ever semi-final appearance on the European Tour, consolidating and backing up all the good work he's done so far this year in 2020. But Gerwin Price once again through to a European Tour final.